All right, welcome into the show. Creative Crypto here. We have some new exciting updates with Trojan Bot. I'm going to share with you guys the new settings that they added here to the bot. I just want to make a quick tutorial video explaining how all this new settings work so you guys can understand how to utilize them correctly. So firstly, if you don't know what Trojan Bot is and this is your first time looking at Trojan Bot, this is a Telegram trading bot that trades on the Solana blockchain. Now, utilizing a trading bot to trade on Solana is a necessity because most trading that happens on Solana is through trading bots, and it's much faster and much easier to trade using a trading bot. There's a link in the description for this Trojan trading bot, and you actually get 10% off trading fees with that link. So make sure you utilize that to save yourself on some fees, and also make sure you use a secure link because there is fakes going around. Make sure you only use the secure link in this video. Now, when you first press start to start a conversation with the bot, you're going to be in the regular Trojan trading bot. I recommend that you first come down here, click on this button, and you go all the way to backup bots because this is going to show you a list of backup bots that are much faster and that have less load on them because the main Trojan bot has a lot of users and sometimes it slows down and doesn't work correctly. So you definitely want to utilize one of these backup bots. The great thing is all your settings will transfer over to any of these backup bots. So all you do is you click on one, preferably with a green button next to it because that is the lightest load. And then you just start that bot and then all the transactions will happen through that one. I definitely recommend doing that because you'll have a much better experience with the Trojan bot. Okay, so now let's check out the new settings, and a lot of these settings are for copy trading because copy trading can be tricky, and the more settings we can have to protect us as copy traders, the better. So the Trojan team rolled out some much needed new settings for copy trading, and I'm going to go over those right now. So first you just click on copy trading. This will show you all the current wallets you are copy trading here. The green means they're active. The orange means they are paused. So if we click on the new profile here to set up a new copy trade, you'll notice that most of this stuff looks the same. But if we click on advanced features, this is where we see the new settings. And we start off over here with the duplicate buy settings. This setting is where you can allow or not allow the wallet that you're copy trading to buy multiple times on the same coin. If you've been copy trading for a while, you may notice there are times where a wallet that you copy buys multiple times on the same token. Now that can be very high risk, high reward because if that token does well, then that trade worked out for you. But there's times where they buy multiple times and either they are trying to farm you or something shady is going on. And there are times where you just don't have the bankroll to be buying 5 to 10 times of the same coin. So this setting is a much needed setting. Now, if you have the duplicate buy setting pressed on yes, that means you're going to allow the duplicate buys. If you click it to no, that means you're not going to allow duplicate buys. So when a wallet that you're copying starts buying multiple times on the same coin, you're only going to buy the first one. So that is really good. That's a much needed setting for the Trojan bot. Now the next new setting over here is the only renounced section. Now this has to do with coins that are launched that are not on pump.fun if they're just launched separately. Renounced meaning that they renounce the ownership of the coin. So therefore they can't change anything on the contract of the coin. Sometimes nefarious devs will not renounce the coin and they keep the minting function active so then they can mint more tokens later on and basically just dump the price. Those are the ones you want to avoid. Now, if you're trading coins on pump.fun, those are all renounced. So you don't even have to worry about that. But just for security purposes, to make you feel more comfortable and secure copy trading, you can click this to on. Because then if for some reason a wallet that you copy decides to go rogue and they decide to take advantage of people copy trading them and they buy into a coin that is not renounced and maybe has mint enabled, that can really wreck your account. So this is just another security setting for copy traders. So you definitely want to just press that on just in case, because then it provides you a peace of mind that you don't have to worry about that happening to your account. Now the next new setting right here is the minimum buy section. This is definitely a really great setting because this can help you avoid those times when traders, again, will take advantage of copy traders, and if they know somebody's copying them, they'll just buy really small amounts. And if you're not using by percentage and you're just using a set amount like 0.1 or 0.25 or 0.5 Sol, and let's say your copy trader just starts buying $1 worth of the coin, but you're going to be buying $10, $20, $50 of the coin, and you don't want to do that. So the minimum buy setting, you only need to utilize this if you're using the buy amount instead of the buy percentage. So for example, if you set this up and you put your buy amount of 0.5 Sol, you need to then utilize the minimum buy setting, because that will protect you in that scenario where if somebody starts trying to farm you and they just buy $1 of a coin, but you're buying 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, then they can just dump on you and take all your Solana. So you'll put in here the minimum amount of Sol used in the target wallet for you to copy it. So if the trader buys less than 0.25, you're not going to copy them. But if they buy 0.25 or more, then you will copy them. So a good number for this is just look at the wallet that you are copy trading and see what is their average buy amount for coins. And then you can get a gauge of where this should be at. If you want to be really safe, you could just put this at the same amount of your buy amount, because then you won't buy if it's less than your buy amount. You also want to be careful too, because if they buy less than you and you miss out on the coin and the coin pumps, then you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, but you just want to avoid the farming and things that can happen from these nefarious wallets that try to take advantage of people copy trading them. So I say about 50% of your buy amount is probably a safe bet. Okay, now the next new setting down here is the blacklist setting. This blacklist setting will allow you to blacklist tokens that you don't want traded. So if you have a wallet that is buying coins that you don't want and you want to avoid those coins and they keep buying them, you can set this up in a blacklist and you can blacklist that coin, but you can still copy the wallet and copy their other trades, just not that coin. So you would just press add to blacklist. You would enter the token address for the coin you want to blacklist. I'll just take one of these coins as an example for the video. And then you paste the coin in here, and now this coin is blacklisted, and it's only for that wallet that you're copy trading. This isn't for all the wallets. This is just for that wallet that you're copy trading. Then if you want to delete it, you can click on here, and you just deleted it from the list. And then when you have blacklists here, you'll see the number here, and like I said, it's specific for each wallet. Okay, now the next new setting is a really, really great setting that really helps with copy trading. This is the retries section. This is huge because there are times where your copy trade might fail for whatever reason, whether it's a slippage issue, a gas issue, sometimes it's just a Solana blockchain issue, whatever the issue is. Before this setting, if that happened, you would basically be out of luck. And if you're not watching the trades, then you don't notice it and you don't get that trade. But with this setting, it will allow you to retry that trade up to 5 times. Now the Trojan bot already does this automatically if you're doing manual trading, where you manually trade, and let's say you do set up an auto sell or a limit order and you want to sell at a certain price. When it hits that price level, and if the transaction fails due to slippage or something like that, then it will automatically retry that. Well, now they have this for copy trading, which makes this so great, because what you can also do is you could also lower your slippage, because now you can just retry the transaction. So you can play around with it and see what works best for you. I still like having a high slippage for copy trading, but now that we have this retry section, maybe I can lower that slippage. So I'm going to experiment with it over the next few weeks here and see what I find best. But I think the best thing to do is just do 3 retries, because then if the trade fails, it'll just retry it the next time. Now, of course, the price that it retries that transaction at might be different than the first attempt or the second attempt. So you have to keep that in mind if you're doing that. But as long as you get the trade, that's what really matters. So this is a great new setting here for the bot. So that's really it for the new settings, guys. And the advanced other settings you guys already know, like the max buy amount. This would come into play if you're using a buy percentage. So let's say you put in 50% of whatever the wallet that you're copying buys, and let's say they buy with 10 Solana, and you would normally buy with 5 Solana if you have it at 50%. But if you have this max buy amount set at 0.1 Solana, the maximum you're going to buy is 0.1, even if you have this set at 50%. So those go hand in hand, and then like I said, the minimum buy amount goes hand in hand with this if you're just using a buy amount. For me, it just depends on the trader if I decide to use a buy percentage or a buy amount. It just depends on if they're changing their buy amounts differently, then I might do a buy percentage. And sometimes with different traders starting out, I'll just do a buy amount. So you definitely want to keep that in mind depending on the type of trader that you're copying. The minimum liquidity, minimum market cap, maximum market cap. This helps as well if you want to avoid people that try to farm you, like getting in on pump.fun coins at like 5K market cap. Maybe just set this to 10K. I personally don't utilize this because there are traders that I copy that get in at 5K market cap and then the coin pumps to 100K market cap. And I don't want to miss out on those. But this can protect you as well from that. And then the maximum market cap, I do use that for traders if they have a history of buying stable coins. And sometimes I'll just do it anyway, where I'll set up a maximum buy amount, let's say of 1 billion, because then that will allow me to avoid stablecoin trades. If they decide to trade stablecoins, it will avoid those. And then the auto sell setting is where you can set up your own take profit levels or stop loss, and you can utilize that separately for each wallet. This was added fairly recently as well, because before, if you had auto sell activated, no matter what your copy trader does, it would automatically utilize your auto sell settings. With this, you can decide to utilize the auto sell setting or not, depending on your trading strategy. So for me, I mostly allow the wallet that I'm copy trading to decide when to sell. There are times when I might go in manually and decide to sell and take some profit off the table, but most times I just let them decide when to do that. But again, this auto sell setting can help protect you as a copy trader, because let's just say you want to take out your initial investment when the coin pumps 100% and leave the rest for house money. You can set this up automatically to do that with the auto sell. Let me show you how that works in case you guys haven't seen that. I've talked about that in other videos, but I'll show you real quick in this one as well. Okay, now to get to the other settings and the auto sell settings, you're going to click right here on settings. And if you're just on this page and you want to get back to that other settings page, you just click back right here and it takes you back to this settings page. So there's two different setting pages for Trojan Bot. Okay, now, firstly, before we get into that, this is the gas setting here. You have a fast option, a turbo option, and then a custom option. I personally just use the custom option because then you're not going to pay extra for GTO tips, which allow you to process the transactions faster. Now, you still could pay those depending on the gas that you set up in your copy trade settings. So if you set up a gas over 0.005, I believe, or 0.008, then you're going to be utilizing the GTO tips automatically, and you don't have to worry about setting up the turbo or the fast setting. I just always use the custom 0.002, but if you're trading with large amounts, like 1 to 5 Solana per trade, you might just want to go with the turbo setting just to make sure you always get the fastest trades. Now the MEV protection, I personally don't use that. I've never really had much issues with that, and I've made a lot of profit copy trading with MEV protection off. So I never utilize it, but if you want, you can utilize it. I would utilize this more if you're trading large amounts manually, because then that helps avoid some type of MEV bot stealing some of your profit. With copy trading, I don't think it's needed as much. Now the auto sell setting, let's go into that real quick. So I've talked about this before, and I just want to kind of expand upon it because I may have said some things wrong in the past with this setting. Because with this, you need to set up two different things. First, on the left is the percentage that the coin moves to trigger this action. So if you set up a negative percentage, as you see right here, I have it set to negative 71%. You would then click right here and you would set up negative 50, negative 70, like I have it, okay? And anything with a negative in front is going to automatically trigger the bot to put that as a stop loss. So that's how you would set up a stop loss for the bot. Now on the right side is the amount of your token that you want to sell when it hits that certain range. So you can see here for a stop loss, I'm going to do 100% at negative 71. The bot will do that automatically as just a peace of mind kind of thing. And you can set this up as well in the copy trades, just in case if you want to cut your losses on certain coins. I utilize this more when I do my own manual trading. Now, if you set up a positive amount, that will be a take profit level. So you can see mine here is at 95%. So if the coin hits 95% in profit, it will then sell 60% of the coin. So that basically gets my initials out, and I'm holding the remaining 40% of the coin to see if it goes higher. Now recently I'm also experimenting with adding 190% take profit level. Now this is where I messed up in the past over here, because once you've already taken profit on the certain level, now you only have 40% of the coin. So the bot will then know that you only have 40% left. So in the past, I thought each section was its own amount, but that's not the case. It's a rolling amount. So let's say I had this set for 60% as well. It's actually just going to sell the remaining amount of my coins, because the bot already knows that I only have 40% of the coins left from what I already purchased. So if I set this percentage for 40% or higher, it's going to sell all of my coins. But if I want to keep some of my coins, I need to calculate that accordingly. So I have this set up to 20%. So it'll only sell half my bag more when the take profit level hits 190%. So then it'll keep me a little moon bag. So in case the coin goes up to some crazy astronomical level, I just have this set up for a 200x just to give me some cushion, because if I want to hold the moon bag for the long term, I don't have to worry about the bot automatically selling it. So then, for example, for this level, I would only need to set up 20% of the amount, and it would sell the remaining of my bag. And you can see this all equals 100%. If you have this set up higher, like I had it set up 100%, it's not going to affect it. It's still just going to sell all of your coins. Now, slippage for this, originally I said, 7 to 10% is good. I've since raised that to 50%, and you may even want to go a little bit higher, because I noticed that the bot, and let me actually see if I can show you from my trading history. Okay, here we go. This was a sell limit order from a trade that I put in. And you can see that this was going off the same auto sell settings that I had set up, where if the coin pumps 95%, I want to sell 60%. But you can see that when it went to trigger it, because this coin had pumped so much so fast, the current price was double from what my trigger price was. So the bot said slippage was exceeded, and it didn't actually sell it at a higher profit level, which is a little frustrating, but that's just how it works. I didn't really know that that's how the limit orders worked. So then it attempted again automatically, and the price was a little bit lower, but still was not within my slippage range, which at the time was 7.5%. So then it didn't trade it again. And then finally, the coin got lower in price, and it fell within my slippage range and was able to sell. So based on this, it makes me think that you need to have a higher slippage to allow the bot to sell at a higher price. See, I assumed that the bot will sell at a higher price if it's higher than your trigger price, no matter what your take profit level is at. But apparently, I don't think that's the case, unless this was just a rare scenario where the coin was moving too fast and the bot just couldn't do anything with it. But I think on a sell, that shouldn't really matter, because you're just selling at your trigger price. So just keep that in mind, because you don't want to not sell at a higher price just because you want to sell at a 95% profit. But if the coin pumps 200% right away, you want to be able to take that as well. So definitely you want to experiment with higher slippage for your auto sell settings, just for this scenario where you don't lose out like I did, losing out on like a $20 profit there just because the bot didn't want to trigger it, because it was outside of my reach of slippage based on the trigger price. So just something to keep in mind there with the auto sell settings. And this also is for limit orders as well, if you set up limit orders in the bot, because it's really the same thing. Because when you're doing an auto sell setting, it's basically automatically just setting up the limit orders for you. You can set up limit orders manually in the bot as well, but the auto sell lets you set it up automatically. And then if you wanted to add in another column, you would just press add order, and it would give you another fresh column to put in whatever percentages that you wanted. So I'm actually going to change this to 150% slippage there. So just in that scenario, if that happens again, it'll sell at the higher price even though it's above my settings. So then you would just click that on, and now auto sell is on. So guys, that does it for this video. Once again, you can get 10% off trading fees using the link in the description for Trojan Bot. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments down below, how has your meme coin trading journey been going here with Trojan Bot? Are you more of a copy trader? Do you like finding the meme coins manually? What settings do you utilize for your bot? Let me know down below. I'll be interested to hear about it. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you guys are. And until the next time we will talk again, take care and take charge. Creative Crypto, out.